That's it. That's it. Let's go. Practice fast.
Day 2 of training camp is here in 2010, and it's our first two-a-day. Head coach Tony Sparano addressed the media in between practices this afternoon, and the very first thing he was asked about was Pat White's absence from practice yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, Pat was just dealing with some, we were dealing with some personal health issues with him that we wanted to get checked out. We did. We were all satisfied and had him back out on the field today. So everything's good and he's ready to go.
So White was at practice this morning. He is expected to be practicing once again during the afternoon. Sticking with the offense, the wide receiver position outside of Brandon Marshall very much up in the air, and the coach addressed the depth and the competition at wide receiver.
As a whole, I like the depth at the position right now. I like the competition at the position. There's some clusters of players that are fighting for different roles maybe within that group. Third receivers, fourth receivers, second receiver, whoever these people are, and, fighting for some of that. There's a couple of young players that I think are fighting for opportunities here, so, that are all kind of lumped together. But what I've been impressed with in the spring is that at times in the spring, okay, and it's carried over into the first 2 days of practice, somewhere along the line, all those guys have made plays. You see Julius Pruitt, I can remember it like it was yesterday, in the spring having a tremendous red zone period, one-handed touchdown catches, okay, where boom, he flashes at you and you're saying, hey, there's some sign of something that's pretty good. Grice Mullen doing some different things, Taurus Johnson doing some, so we've seen that out here a little bit in the last couple days, in the first couple days here. So I think there's good competition. The position is deep. You got some young players there and some different body types. So I think that all those things are good. It shapes up to be a good competition.
Yesterday, everybody noticed the T-shirts being worn by the players. Feed the Wolf. So finally, the head coach gave a full explanation of the genesis of that saying.
The way this thing came up is one day back in the spring, we had just not had such a great practice. And I had a meeting with the group and kind of got into them a little bit, during that practice about 7 and 9 not being good enough, and how this football team shouldn't be fat. They should be starving. They should be hungry. Okay? They should be hungry and want to feed the wolf. Okay? So when we talk about this, one of the things that we talk about is feeding the wolf with little successes every day. Okay? So these little successes, the wolf gets fed by, okay, all of a sudden become big successes and start to become a little bit of a part of what you do, okay? And that stuff starts to become contagious. So from our end out here, we feed the wolf when we do something good. And that's what our guys understand. Small successes will equal bigger successes down the way.
The coach said the Wolf was not fed yesterday, but this morning he was much more happy with his team's efforts. Continue to check back to MiamiDolphins.com for the latest from Camp Dolphins.